Not replying just yet. He needs a, or I mean, he can just repair it. But once he's being attacked by those, or once his wisps are being attacked, he needs to uproot that tree. Basically, it takes a bit longer. Meanwhile, Moon doing a bit of harassing here, just staying invisible. But it looks like, oh my God, Moon taking a lot of damage on this tree of life. Please tell me you've noticed, Moon. I'm not sure why he isn't reacting like this. He's finally sitting in one berserker, which will do a lot. But Moon needs to uproot this tree right now, otherwise he's gonna lose it. Oh, it looks like Thu might. Oh no, maybe Thu's not moving away. Oh my God, this could be really, really bad for Moon if he loses this tree of life, and that could really spell the end of this game, I think. And Moon, oh my God, this is so low. He is repairing with all of his wisps, but these flying machines just do so much damage. They're already 2-0 upgraded, and Moon finally uproots his tree. Eat a tree, come on, go on, Moon, eat a tree, eat a tree. There he goes there, and that's gonna mean he's pretty much fine at this point, because eating a tree just regenerates so much health, and Thu is gonna be forced to get out here before he takes too much damage on his flying machines. And it looks like Thu just continuing to harass, setting up some towers now, coming with a full frontal assault, getting that Paladin second. I really like that choice. As I was saying, Paladin second, a really, really strong choice in this situation, because your Panda's quite likely to be focused, especially considering sort of the rest of Thu's army is just sort of so much less worth targeting, and especially some of it's actually really evasive as well, like these flying machines, which are just going to be harassing Moon all game long until you can get a couple good breaths of fire off. There's really not too much you can do. You can try and go for a Hippogriff, but you really have to have an absolutely overwhelming number, otherwise the area of effect splash really, really will just wreck you. And it looks like Moon has lost this expansion, and Thu will just be chasing away this one agent of war, and probably will get the kill. And meanwhile, Thu just coming back in here again, gonna try and take out this Moon wall. Obviously, going for one with full energy is just, or full mana is just so nice. And it looks like actually Thu getting one of these flying machines slowed, and Moon bringing in these mercs to try and take care of it, and Moon meanwhile getting his warden a bit caught up. It is slowed, but he can just blink away, and he is still only level 4 though, so that blink does still have a bit of a cooldown, and it looks like Moon will need to be fairly careful here. Using a Shadow Strike on that Panda, considering there's a Paladin right there, and Moon now coming in with his Panda, who is now level 3, who can be so useful against those against the flying machines, which are just absolutely so hard countered by Pandas, assuming you can get the position. And that's the only thing that flying machines have going for them, is they're just so mobile, they're so quick, and actually they build so quickly as well. They're sort of building at the speed of peasant is just so impressive. And it's interesting that no one's actually contested this top expansion yet, but it looks like Moon was going to have a lot of trouble breaking this expansion here through putting up a whole bunch of towers, including a couple of arcane towers, which I really like against that warden, and now really power building this town hall. I think this is a really nice position for Thu to be in now. Really, Moon has a whole lot of work to do for him, and he's just going to be so harassed all game long by these flying machines. The one thing you sort of can try against them is you can try and put up a couple ancient protectors. Obviously, ancient protectors just do so much damage, but they don't cover quite enough area. And obviously, if tanks come in, then the ancient protectors are pretty useless. You're pretty much better just to uproot them and try and use them as mini ancients of war, basically. And this warden's so close to level 5 now. If you get that level 5, it might even be better to go for a level 3 blink at this point, just to do a lot of harassment, just to have constant map awareness, because knowing where the flying machines are coming from and where they're going is just such a useful thing to be able to do, because then you can't be caught off guard. And ooh, Moon going for a really weird breath of fire there, but it looks like these bears are going to come in here, going to try and pick off at least the sort of front bit of the base, but I'm not sure Moon has it in him to actually be able to take this out at this point. Moon finally hitting level 5, which could be really useful. Actually, level 3 Shadow Strike, having said that would be really nice against this Paladin. That's exactly what he goes for here. This Paladin now in a lot of trouble. It looks like Moon will get that kill. Anchor Reincarnation is passed though, and so Moon will be fine. And Moon uses a staff teleportation at the last second to get it with 60 hit points, and actually staffs to the flying machines. Looks like Moon should just uproot these Ancients of Lore and Ancient of Wind, just to try and save it for a bit longer. It looks like Thu actually going to lose a couple of these flying machines here, a bit careless. Dryades obviously work pretty well. Obviously you don't get the slow poison effect, which is nice, but they still are very mobile, and even though they are unarmored, they still don't take much damage from flying machines, which really are only good against buildings, basically, in terms of ground units, at least. And it looks like Thu just going to continue to harass. He pretty much has no intention of actually taking out this tree of life, but he can just do a whole bunch of damage now with it, and Moon using his blink just to get in here behind these behind the flying machines and do a whole lot of damage. And looks like Thu is meanwhile just creeping the spot out. I think Thu really needs to make a decisive tank push now. We're gonna have to see not actually building anything from his workshop, which is quite interesting. But he is getting armor, which suggests to me that he will be going for tanks pretty soon, because that armor is just so critical for tanks, where it's much less critical for flying machines who tend to avoid actual taking damage, whereas tanks are much less able to do that. And it looks like Moon now with his level 4 panda gonna move in, actually catch Thu in a really bad position. Unfortunately, a bit too much targeting on that 1 foot, which is pretty useful. Blink coming in here, and now this panda really needs to be kept alive. Level 6 panda can be so critical in the game. Moon should probably try and blink as soon as it's off cooldown again, try and take out this this panda, but it looks like actually there is a staff on the panda, so he will be able to save this paladin, assuming Thu has a micro. Yes, of course he does, and looks like Moon gonna just try and do something to this panda, at least just try and take him out, force him to use the staff teleportation, and then maybe hope that he just times it a bit wrong or something. Looks like Moon just could be able to chase down Thu here. Meanwhile, we are seeing, what is this, Moon just creeping out this camp here, and Thu has pretty much left the bases alone now. Looks like Moon just ending up just chasing down that berserker. Actually get a bit of harassment here on this Mauler. I'm not sure he's going to get the kill though, because he's going to have to run within the range of the towers. Moon could actually blink in here and try and cancel this clarity potion, but it's probably just going to cause him more trouble. Yeah, Moon does actually get the kill on the Ogre Mauler. Really impressive there, but it cost him a whole lot of mana, which he's going to now need to go back to his base to recover. And obviously mana is so important on a Warden, and it looks like this Paladin sort of stuck in the back of his base now, but it's probably for the best, because it means he's out of the way of that Warden, and Moon didn't see that Paladin, so he didn't know to go in and try and take him out while he was trapped. And it looks like Moon will now just be able to recover all his mana so quickly, because he does have so many Moon Walls, and his army isn't actually taking that too much damage. And Moon now has this gold mine finished mining, so he can just go out and do some damage, or he can just go out and do he can actually go out and push now, I think would be a nice thing to do, because he doesn't need to worry as much about his main base. And it looks like Moon actually gonna finish off this creeping here, so close to 5 now. Ooh, Moon actually fighting. Ooh, Ango Jango of Endurance. That's, ooh, I can't believe Moon's forgotten that. And getting Endurance Aura is so nice. Oh, maybe Moon's realized. Please tell me you've realized, Moon. Or maybe not. Maybe just responding to these flying machines. No, it looks like he has realized he's forgotten, and that's such a nice item. It's so critical you don't forget it as well. I mean, because your opponent could get it, then that's just such a bad position to be in. Meanwhile, Thu, it looks like it's going to be 3 base versus 3 base. I'm going to be taking out, or at least trying to take out this Warden, but I think Thu will be able to staff him home again if it comes down to it. But it looks like Moon not really interested in that, just going to hide instead, and going to try and catch that Paladin off guard. Obviously, the Paladin still level 1, so he doesn't have Divine Shield, and it looks like Moon has now scouted out that these tanks have finished building. They're 3-3 already, which is absolutely insane on tanks. I mean, you always want to get 3-3, because just the armor is so impressive on tanks anyways, and that extra damage just allows you to take things out so quickly. But you can see Moon has gotten a whole bunch of Ancients of War in every base. He does have a Mud Golem here. Interestingly, he doesn't have a Mud Golem here. He does have one here, fortunately. I think Moon could probably just buy one here from these bases. One thing I didn't actually mention earlier on is that Moon did go for this Owl Scout, despite the fact that I think he only built about 2 Huntresses. It's quite an interesting choice there. I mean, it's really nice to have that Scout, but it can be quite easily gotten rid of. I suppose Moon just figured that Thu was unlikely to be getting sort of a Dispel, and so it wasn't too big a problem. Obviously, those owls can actually be dispelled away, as well as just sort of harvested away. If you tell someone to, if you tell a peasant just to attack that tree, then that'll be done. But I guess Moon just decided that it was worth the investment. It's a bit of a surprise. I think it probably wasn't worth the investment. It's hard to say. But now Moon does have this level 5 panda, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Obviously, he does have 1 healing ward left. It does make sense. We saw Moon using one earlier, actually using both earlier for different creep camps, and it's makes sense to use it for creeping as opposed to during battles, because they're so easy to pick off, and it means that you are much less danger of being creep jacked, and you're creeping and you can creep consecutive camps a lot quicker. And Moon will now just be going around trying to find a weakness in Thu's armor basically, and trying to find a place where Thu's just maybe has left his tanks undefended, or has his heroes just around. But it looks like Thu being very smart, just keeping all his tanks in the back until he has this critical mass, at which point he'll probably move out, and it's going to be very hard for Moon to actually do anything about this. He can try and go in and try and do a bit of damage to the tanks, but Thu can always just use his staff on them to get sort of some free repair. It looks like Thu is actually going to be going in, getting a Breath of Fire, then running out, and he does still have enough mana for 1 more Breath of Fire if he can get a good positioning here, but I think they're well enough to by Arcane Towers now that Thu's going to have a bit of trouble with that. And I think yeah, you can even see Thu has staffed 2 of these tanks back that were getting pretty low on health, and he does have another 2 tanks coming out now, and Thu actually 96 food. Oh my god, this could be so bad for Moon if he takes this fight and he isn't ready. Thu even has 3 Griffin Aviaries going up in the back, and he does have 1 Knight here, so if Moon scouts this out, though, it could go very well for him, but if he doesn't, I think this could be a very tough battle for Moon to win at this point. Thu with 5-1 here on his heroes, and I think Moon with 5-5, yeah, 5-5 on his, and I think Moon, unfortunately, will be down in upgrades, or down in upkeep at least. He's only at 77 food, and only 3-1 upgrades, and Moon, meanwhile, getting off a good Breath of Fire by the looks of things there, and could really do with getting another, at least 1 here, before the true battle starts. And I think what he's going to try and do is he's going to try and trick Moon into, or what he is doing at the moment, he's tricking Moon into not actually building up a big enough army, or at least not pushing to 100 food, and he's just going to try and absolutely blitz Moon with a whole bunch of Griffins and stuff, and Knights and everything, and just that, maybe that's even what we're seeing right at this very attack. Yes, it looks like it is. These Griffins really need to just right click those bears one by one. They're so nice for doing that. They just take out bears so quickly, and Moon meanwhile very much on the run now. He's realized what's going on. He's scouted out everything, and he needs to buy as much time as possible. He wants to find in the range of these tanks, or in the range of these Ancients of War. Moon's pushed up to 85 food now. Does have this 1 dot here, which is going to be very useful, and these Griffins just coming straight in, and they're going to try and take down these bears. 1 goes down immediately, but these tanks have all taken a lot of damage from Moon's very nice Breath of Fire harass earlier on, and Moon meanwhile staffs his panda right back in after having staffed it out to get a bit more mana, and it looks like Moon just really managing to clear up this army very nicely, and these Griffins unfortunately actually being hazed as well as fired, so it looks like they won't be doing too much. That Paladin actually goes down, and Moon meanwhile still has a lot of tanks to take down, but I think he's doing fairly well. All these Griffins are at very low health, and Moon meanwhile, oh my god, Thu actually getting his ultimate out, and this the Earth, Wind, and Fire can, or Earth, Rhythms and Storm can do a whole lot of damage, and it looks like Moon actually needs to be very careful now. Looks Moon actually managed to take down the Storm. That's a big one. And oh, is this Thu's last panda? I think it might be. I can't see where the other one's gone. Yes, Thu loses all 3 mini pandas, and he, oh my god, I can't believe that. I can't believe Thu actually lost his panda there. Moon did lose his expansion, but that's really not even as important as having lost that panda for Thu. I can't believe Thu lost that panda, and Thu does still have a lot of tanks, and there's no chance of getting them home, so he just needs to do as much damage as he can. Moon meanwhile hitting level 6 now on his panda. He does have level 6 on his Warden as well. We did see the ultimate in that fight, the Warden's ultimate in that fight as well. Really intense play from both players here, and quite nice that Thu did manage to save a couple of those low Griffins who are 3-0 upgraded, and I think those Griffins could have done a lot more in that battle. I think they got a bit over ambitious. They moved a bit too far into the battle, whereas if they had stayed a bit further back, it would have been nice. Moon actually with 1 bear right back here. Still only 3-2 upgrades. I imagine he's upgrading that 3rd armor upgrade now that he knows that Thu's going for a very attack heavy game, unit attack heavy game. Very nice Breath of Fire there. Thu buying back that panda at the tavern is just going to mean that he's just going to be so much lower on gold than he would have liked to be, especially considering how much earlier he pushed into high upkeep. And interestingly, Moon maybe not actually going for that tier 3 tier 3 armor upgrade. I think it would have been a pretty strong investment at this point. You know, Thu gonna try and take this expansion. If he can hold this, that would basically be a game over, because in terms of working minds, it'd be 3 versus 1, and that could be a very dire position for Moon to be in now. And Thu actually bringing in this 1 tank, going to do a lot of damage to 1 siege engine, or to 1 the Ancient of Lore before the Ancients of War go to work on him. And Moon meanwhile, realizing what's going on, absolutely needs to fight off this attack now. I really don't see how Moon could win it if he doesn't fight off this attack. Meanwhile, these Griffins coming in here, but a whole bunch of Hippogriffs coming in. They're going to be so effective against those Dragonhawks, especially considering they've been hazed. And it looks like Moon actually still with that Avatar Vengeance out from that first fight, just going to be able to really clean this up. Really nicely played here by Moon. This panda getting really low. He can't be healed by the Paladin quite yet. He needs 5 more mana, and you pop some mana potion there even to get that healing off a bit quicker. Very nicely played there by Thu, but he's gonna, oh, this panda really in a dire position, really needs to get away here. Moon could use a blink. Yes, he does use a blink, and oh my god, Breath of Fire goes off, and that gets the kill, and there's the GG from Thu. Oh my god, amazing play there by Moon. So we're going into a second best of 3. Oh well, what amazing ultimates. I can't believe Thu lost his panda, though. I think that really cost him the game. Really nicely played there by Moon, getting that Storm panda kill. I think that really sealed it, because that's the one you can normally just wind walk away and be safe with, but Moon really holding that out very nicely. So much aggression, very nice use for flying machines as well, actually, I thought. So I will see you guys tomorrow for game 1 of the second best of 3 between Moon and Thu, and I can tell you that the next game is being touted as one of the best games, if not the best game of the year. So I really hope you tune in for that, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed this game. Thank you very much, folks. Goodbye.